What's going on, y'all? I'm D Boone out the IE. I'm with Breakthrough TV, breaking down West Side Soul. Tap in.
She was going smooth and it went bad. Don't know what to do, can we get back? I like being with you.
I'm D Boone. I'm an R&B, soul, hip hop artist, but not limited to that. I'm from Corona Riverside, or just say the IE. And yeah.
Think we need to take a little trip.
I guess if you say making music, I've played drums for a long time. I picked up saxophone for a little bit when I was like 9 or 10, and I played guitar for a little bit. I don't play none of those now. I can still play drums, but it was just something I like doing. It came natural, so like I could pick it up kind of easy, and I kind of just like played around with it. But I started taking music seriously, and I started recording music once I graduated high school that summer. I originally planned on, I just felt like God was pushing me in the direction towards music, and I told my friend, I am Dylan Allen, he produces a lot of my songs. I was like, I'll write, he's a really good singer. I was like, I'll write songs for you. I really like writing. And then I was writing for him, and then we went to this J. Cole concert, which was his manager was J. Cole's tour manager, so we got tickets, and we went to the J. Cole concert. I was like, oh, that was so hard. I was like, I want to rap. And so he was like, I'll make the beats for you, and like we just been running ever since, and I've been like 200% committed to it ever since then. Like, yeah. I didn't listen to rap until like high school. So basically all I would do was like, my brother would be on LimeWire and stuff like that and MySpace, but I didn't have a computer, so I didn't have none of that. So basically all the music I listened to was the music my mom listened to. And my mom just plays a lot of gospel music, and she plays a lot of R&B, neo soul. So I grew up listening to a lot of Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, Anthony Hamilton, Music Soul Child, John Legend, Lauryn Hill, the list goes on. And so I grew up listening to a lot of R&B. And then once I got into high school, I went to Centennial, and I'm not playing that in the whip, obviously, right? So I adjusted, and I started listening to what my teammates were listening to. And but my favorite rapper was J. Cole. It still is J. Cole. But that's when I started getting into rap. But I'd say like the foundation of who inspired me and kind of molds my sound is R&B artists. I feel like, this may sound cocky, I feel like God's blessed me with a lot of natural talent, and not knowing how to like use that was part of my struggle. So it's like I had all these crazy ideas for songs when I was first getting started. I didn't know how to execute them, and so just my music came out really bad in the beginning, and you could just hear the potential in it, but it's not there, and that's kind of been my struggle. But now, like, once I'm figuring out how to like have an idea, make it happen exactly how I imagine it, that's kind of helped me out a lot. As far as like the grind, like I have to work really hard to build a fan base. People aren't just like saying, oh, I wonder what D Boone's doing. You know what I mean? That's not me. I have like 1,900 followers. You feel me? A lot of the people I personally know don't even listen to my music, not necessarily because they don't think it's good, just because they haven't even started. You know what I mean? Like, they don't care. And so that's it makes me work with a chip on my shoulder. And like every time I put out something, like I make sure they know, like, listen, like I do this. You feel me? Like when you hear my music, I want you to know, like, oh, okay, he know what he doing. Even when I feature on a song, like, it's all love, it's all respect, but I definitely try to shit on the other artists. You feel me? Like, if I get on the song, I want you to hear the difference. So that's just kind of been my grind. Like, I have to go above and beyond to make sure they know, like, he's about his shit. 'Cause I ain't had no time with my baby. The last one was really good, honestly, still to this day. And that was tough because it kind of, the small fan base that I do have, that project brought that, and people were looking for that, that same kind of music, and all of that music was off of inspiration, and it was kind of like a breakthrough for me as an artist. It was all off of inspiration, and so trying to recreate that was like, it's tormenting, you feel me? Because, you know, you did something great and you want to do it again at will, and it don't happen like that. And it's just like, it's so frustrating, and that's what people want. Like, people literally hit me, oh, when you gonna do some more stuff like this? When you gonna do? Like, I can't make the same song twice, you know what I mean? And so the progression has been figuring out my craft and how to make music when I'm not inspired. You know, how to get so good at it that I don't need inspiration to make the songs, you know what I mean? And the inspiration will come within that process, but how to get started just based off of skills. So the progression has really been, and I mixed a lot of this project myself. And I know it's obviously not the best mix, but I did a lot of it myself. And the progression has just been me getting those skills together, getting my toolbox together, and knowing how to make shit happen. You know what I mean? Besides just waiting on, oh, I got an idea. You know, like, no, this is what we finna do. So that's kind of been the progression. Yeah, I think just kind of the vibes and centric melodies was really soulful, it was really passionate, and people were like, oh my goodness, this inspired me, this did this, oh, I relate to this so much. And this one, the reactions have been more about the music, and then kind of like, that shit was smooth, like, you know what I mean, like, I like vibing to this one, you feel me? It's not even about the words, really, a lot of these songs, and I pride myself in my songwriting, but these songs, a lot of them, it's not really about the words. And so the reactions have been more music based. Like, I'm really fucking with this vibe. I'm really fucking with this instrument. Oh, you got a saxophone in there. That's hard. You got a piano. That's hard. And the last one was more focused on like the content of the songs and like, oh, I can really relate to that. Feelings gone. Is it too late? Yeah, definitely. I wanted to mix, you know, West Coast music where it's at, along with R&B music, neo soul, and, you know, like current R&B, and try to blend them together. I definitely was inspired by, like, you know, Bino and Blast and Kalen Too For Real, and, you know, guys like that. And even O3, you know, like when I listened to and I kind of got on this wave like a little bit last year, but like I didn't go full force. Like when I listen to Trap House, you feel me, like that, it's just vibes, you feel me? It's like, it's real simple. They just got that little road in there. And so that's kind of like, I was like, this is West Coast, but it's also R&B, and nobody's classifying it as that, even though it is R&B. Because it's West Coast, it's not really a recognized R&B group. It's not a recognized R&B genre, because there's genres within genres. We know this, right? So those artists kind of inspired me because they're kind of trailblazing this sub genre without even, you know, people recognizing it, and that just kind of inspired me. Tell me what I'm missing. Tell me what happened. I originally made the song with Harvard Blue. I was like, I got the beat. My homie I Am Dylan Allen, he sent me the beat, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm fucking this shit up. Like, I got that beat. I was like, I'm killing this. And we had a studio session that day, and so I was like, I want to record this. And I usually take time to write. Like, I don't go in there on bullshit. Like, I have shit written usually. And he had also sent the song to the homie Harvard Blue, the beat to him. But he told him it was mine, but he wanted to see what he thought. And so Harvard Blue calls me and he's like, oh, Dylan just sent me this beat. I'm finna get on it at our session tonight. I was like, what beat? And then he sent it to me. I was like, this is mine. So I don't know what you're talking about, bro, because this is my shit and you're not touching it. And he was like, bro, what? And he was, you know, like all not happy about it. And then like I'm writing to it and I used some lyrics from another song that wasn't good, and I was like, I'm gonna go with this, but I didn't really have enough, and so I was like, fuck it, you wanna get on it? And he was like, yeah, and so we recorded together, and I was like, this is hard, but we're kind of doing the same thing. We're doing that little singing rap thing. This needs a rapper, you know what I mean? This needs a real rapper, and MOZZY just came to mind, and we reached out. We perfected that song for months, like just trying to fix little itty bitty things. And until we were ready, we hit MOZZY's A&R. He got the song, he liked it. MOZZY liked the song. They sent it back in like a week, and it was love. So yeah. I don't like that question. I know there's better songs. Like you're lying to yourself if you say certain songs are better than others. But I feel like when I say that, if I was to, I could list what song's the worst, what song's the best. Not saying they're all good because I put them out there, so I love them clearly if I put them out. But when I do that, it puts presuppositions into other people's minds. So like one song, I'm not gonna say which one, I thought would be the weakest one, right? And then when I drop it, I get a whole lot of texts and DMs like, oh, I love this shit. Like, and I'm like, oh, that's the one I thought was the weakest one, right? So I just let people think for themselves, and I keep my opinion out of it. And like, I think the hard part about being an artist is when you really put in time to your work is letting it go. And at the end of the day, once the music's made, once I've done all I can do, it's got to stand for itself, and it's got to make its own argument. And I can't sit there arguing why it's great for it. It's got to argue for itself. It's got to fight for itself. So I'm going to keep my opinion out of that one, and I'm going to let the music fight for itself, and y'all can decide y'all's favorites. I have my audience is small, but it's diverse. And I know people there's a lot of, supporters I have that aren't around for West Coast shit. They're around for R&B shit, and I know vice versa. And so I wanted both, and I didn't want it to be more than 7, and I just wanted to show soul, and I wanted to show like smoothness, like I wanted to be smooth. So I was getting so frustrated because it's really easy for me to make songs about girls. Like that's just the easiest thing. When I first started rapping, how I said J. Cole inspired me. I was like, what am I supposed to write about? Like, and I was like, I can't write about Fire Squad. That's not my situation. You feel me? Like I can't write about the same things. And then like I stumble on Lights Please, and I was like, that's a good ass story. Like that's how you write a fucking song. And ever since then, like I write songs about girls. It's easy for me. And so with this project, I had to push myself to not have all the songs be about girls. You feel me? Like not everybody want to hear that shit all the time. So that was kind of my goal, was to have at least an even amount of R&B and rap songs, which usually I don't, and try not to have every song about girls. Solo Dolo was the last song that I made, and I was getting so frustrated because every beat I got, I wanted to write about a girl, and I'm like, okay, well, now it can't go on the project, but Solo Dolo was the one. What you need me to do, we can do, don't know what to do. Well, I say if you're gonna listen to anything, you want to know what I sound like, this project represents me perfectly. That's one thing I'm really proud about with this one, is I feel like this is who I am as an artist. When people show like, oh, I know this guy D Boone, and they show him their favorite song, I'll be like, that might not be the best representation of me. Like, not a lot of my songs aren't like that. Like I have a reggaeton song, like I have one reggaeton song. You feel me? So like, don't show that to people. Be like, this is what D Boone's like. But yeah, if you want to know what I sound like, West Side Soul. If there's something you want to know about me, I mean, I love this shit. I love it so much. Like, this is what I want to do with the rest of my life. I can't even imagine stopping. I put my heart and soul into all these songs, and that's all I could really say. I want my work to speak for itself and to fend for itself. I ain't trying to waste no time, baby.
I'm trying to make
The car speakers always sound the best. But like, damn, and as I'm mixing this project, I heard the songs through all different types of speakers. So I listened to the project through earbuds, and then I listened to the project in my car. I learned my car speakers suck. I didn't think they suck because I thought they banged, but they don't sound right actually when I know how it's. I listen to them on beats, listen to them on computer. I think, that's the best one. Headphones. This project sounds good in headphones. Like when you listen to that intro, the bass in it almost warms your ears. Like, I don't know. Yeah, but I think headphones is the best option for this project. The homie J-Day, he wants me to get another big feature. And then my homie Dylan, he wants to do a collab project, so that might be the case. He's the feature on Get Back. So that might be a good idea. But right now I'm just making songs, like I'm just having fun doing what I love. And so I'm just going to continue to make songs, and then when I'm inspired to make a project, I'll start getting a little more focused again and try to get in that mode. But that shit was tiresome. You feel me? Like mentally, like that, it worked me. You feel me? Because I had an agenda. So if shit didn't come out right, like I'm not just going to throw it on the project. Or if a song was good, but it didn't fit the vibe, I wasn't going to put it on the project. And so I do have a lot of stuff in my back pocket. And so right now I'm just making songs. I'm having fun, but you can expect good music always.
Don't know what to do, can we get back? I might be in what you don't wanna lose that. What you need me to do, we can do that. She was going smooth, then it went back. Don't know what to do, can we get back?